G'day. Sorry for the scratchy quality of the video. I don't know what's going on. That's weird. Well, the light's starting to go. Maybe that's a factor. Yeah, the video looks really grainy. I'm concerned I might be having problems with my phone or my charging cables or I don't know what. So I'm having trouble getting it to take a charge. I'll figure it out tomorrow. It'll be alright. So I am camped, I'll say a bit more than 30k out of Bateman's Bay, so I should make Bateman's Bay tomorrow. This afternoon with my hangover and the rain and all of that sort of stuff, I've just been plodding along. I reckon I've only covered, maybe 20k. But, since I started in the afternoon, it's not that bad. So yeah, I'll miss Ulladulla and the lovely people I met there. That was pretty cool. And off to Bateman's Bay, feeling strangely lonely tonight. I'll stream my family in a bit. I'm just sort of here all by myself on the 49th night of the big walk. Ken says you are a legend. Well, Ken, thank you, mate. That's lovely of you to say. So yeah, I'll shut outside, see if you can kind of. Oh, what's going on? Turn that light off. All you can see is the mosquito net. Hang on. There, that's better. So we're just camped in a bit of forest not far from the road. And all set up with my tarp and my hammock and, as you can, see again, my sleeping bag. Now I've got food that people have given me. I don't normally eat beef jerky. There's some beef jerky, so we're going to gobble that down. Where's the other stuff? Don't normally eat this stuff, but we're going to gobble that down. Salted mixed nuts, which I like to nibble on some salted mixed nuts. And somewhere there's a protein bar in here as well. There it is. Hooray! Get your chop almond and cranberry not far from Hillcrest, diggly-dee, diggly-dee. Hillcrest, you now owe the Kids Cancer Project. Whoops, sorry. Come on, old man, with your clumsy fingers. You now owe the Kids Cancer Project $500. Let's scroll up, look at comments. Kelso, here for you, my friend. Yeah, thank you, Kelso. Yeah, you all lift me up, to be honest. The people who've been watching all the time and the people who've just joined in and the friends that I've met on the road. You all lift me up, so thank you. Emma says, how far from Ulladulla did you get? It's probably only about 20k, Emma, but I'll make Bateman's Bay tomorrow for sure. My feet got all soggy, so I've taken the boots off and they're going to heal up and dry up and so forth. Lennon says, keep up the great work, mate. You're a legend. Well, thank you, Lennon. That's very kind of you. Carol says, how much weight have you lost since you started your adventure? Well, let me think. So a year ago, chemo radiation had wrecked my thyroid and I had piled on about 60 kilos since my fight with cancer. So I weighed 140. In the 6 months that followed, I did a lot of walking and careful food stuff, and I lost about 50, 52 kilos, something like that. So I came in at about 88.7 in June of last year. But then when I just knew that I was going to take a big walk, I actually deliberately stopped. I wanted to come into this with a bit of extra beef on me, a little bit of reserve metabolic storage. So I started to relax, and I reckon when I resumed eating normally, put about 10k back on. So I think I started at about 100k somewhere roundabout, I have no idea what I weigh now. I know in the last few days, since coming in towards Nowra, really, I don't think I've been losing weight at all. I might even have been putting a little bit on because you people keep giving me food, and then I'll go to do my laundry, and a guy will come out of a nearby cafe. Come on in, mate. Got a big breakfast for you. Brett says, call into East Lynn Roadhouse, hot food and coffee tomorrow. Okay, I'll check where that is in Google Maps after the stream. Thank you. How much weight have you lost? Yep. Okay, so we're up to date with our comments. Scott says, "You are the best, brother. Well done to you. You're an inspiration to people who think they can't do anything. Anything is possible." I mean, it absolutely is. I feel that hope is the fuel. You need hope, and hope is like magic, and it gives you that power to move forward. So hope is the fuel. I think kindness is the engine. You know, it's kindness that keeps us moving in a positive direction. You know, so helping others, but helping yourself as well, being kind to yourself. And I think the destination is happiness. Joy. So that's a journey that I'm on. Um, how's little Archer? I don't know. He's in hospital at the moment with his bone marrow transplant. I haven't heard from his mum about his situation, but I'm sure he's just powering through. He's a strong little dude. He lifts me up with his friendship, and I hope my friendship lifts him up as well. Alex says, "Nothing like a rough camp. Get back to nature. Rest up, mate. Great following your journey." Well, thank you, buddy. And yeah, it is. It is good to be out here in it. The mosquitoes want to kill me. There's probably all kinds of things around me that want to kill me. And that just reminds me how alive I am. Nathan says, Nathan, good to see your name again, mate. How, hey, mate, how was your day today? Yeah, not too bad. So a bit of rain, walking in the rain's okay. The boots, the socks get soggy. Scott says Archer is a great kid. And I 100% agree with you on that, Scott. So, soggy feet, soggy boots, but I am now completely dry. I'm in a sleeping bag and reasonably comfortable. So, all is good. Donna says, "How do we donate to your cause?" Okay, so the charity is called the Kids Cancer Project, and if you suss out the Facebook timeline, at the very top, you'll see there's a post, and it's a story that recently done by the project, yeah? You'll also note in every other post or here and there, or in this, actually, I think I remembered to do it in this stream. I included links to the charity page. It is definitely in the sticky post, and yeah, you'll see a little cartoon of Captain Australia up there, and a video of me explaining, and it was taken like more than a year ago. It was me imagining what the big walk was going to be like, and to explaining what I was going to do. And now here we are in the thick of it. Yeah. But yeah, that link will take you to that page, and it'll have a big old donate button. And I think we're sitting well above 96,000 now. So we're well on the way to 100,000 for the charity, which is lovely. I can't translate the dollar amount into, a concrete outcome. That's over my head. But I live in the hope that, the monies raised will save even just one child. And it goes back to that Hebrew saying I quote all the time: save but one life and you save the world entire. So I like to think we're saving the world, one little bit of kindness at a time. Tony says, "You sound very tired." I don't feel physically tired. I mean, I was hungover today, didn't get enough sleep last night, but I just feel a little bit lonely today, to be honest. I can't really, let me just take this little, hey, there you go. Now you can see the old fool a little bit better as it gets dark. Um, yeah, I don't know. And it's not even missing my family or a lack of human contact. I've had more human contact in the last couple of days than I had in the 45 days before it. Ulladulla's bloody lovely. Now is bloody lovely. It's like country folk, you're just all warm and giving, and I feel like a rock star as I walk down the road. You got people yelling out of their car, "Hey, Captain Australia!" and sharing it on all. I think Stolzy started it with all the local radio, yeah. So yeah, and it's not. I don't. It's a weird thing. Like seriously, this chat lifts me up. If the stream suddenly dies, it's because my charging cable is not working in the way that it should be, but I think it is. Yeah, it's just a weird thing, a subtle thing, but I'm great. I feel completely great in every dimension. Not like, I don't mean dimensions like timelines and the Marvel Cinematic Universe and all the rest. I mean in the dimensions that make a human being, a human being. So in my heart, in my mind, in my spirit, I feel great. There's just a little touch of loneliness. Yeah, like I feel like as much as you're with me and you lift me up, and it is true, I am alone on this quest. And I'm the only person dressed as a goofy superhero walking down the east coast of Australia at the moment. You know what I mean? And as much as we're sharing in that, it's me. And it's weird because the big walk is now so much more than me. This conversation that we're having is a bloody delight, an outright bloody friggin' delight. Sorry for swearing. The way that people are getting something from it, the sense of hope and positivity. I love that you're seeing these beautiful people. I've got a lot of photos of people I meet on the road. I say now when I meet somebody, I'm much less shy about asking. So I ask every time. I'm like, look, are you shy? I like to collect kind people like you are, bloody Pokemon, and share you. I've got to collect you all, okay? So come on, let me take a photo so we can put it up on the Facebook page. So I'm actually, not only do I ask reasonably strongly now. So I'm getting past the shyness. And yeah, I love these photos of these gorgeous people. It's just lovely. Um, but yeah, I don't know. It's just when you're doing something that it's not monumental's not the right word, but when you're doing something significant and it's like strange and not normal, not the thing that people normally do, and you're on your own. I guess it's that kind of loneliness. It's hard to describe. Tony says, I shared your story of hope to my son today. Thank you. I love it when kids get something from it. So there's this little dude, Jai, who I met today. So he's on the spectrum, just as my son Sullivan is. He's a gorgeous kid, so sweet, such a great artist. He gave me this picture. What a lovely kid. And he got bullied at school. That shits me, to be honest. I'm sorry for swearing. Um, you know, train your kids. Teach your kids never to be a bully. You don't take from another kid. Don't steal from another kid. He's 33. Oh, your son's 33 years old. Yeah, okay. Sorry. Well, as soon as I hear my son, I think like my own. They're around the age of 10, a bit above, a bit below. Um, Sorry, I've missed some comments. Let me do a quick scroll back and respect all of your remarks. How far did you get to day, Captain? Sorry, about 20K, I reckon, this afternoon. Uh, Big hugs, mate, from TCAS. T, you are an absolute bloody legend. What a lovely person you are. Your consistent, unrelenting kindness through this walk has been a great joy and lift to me. Thank you. Jordan Smith says, "Don't be lonely, mate. We're all here with you." Yeah, thank you, Jordan. And I'm acutely aware of that and delighted for it and delighted about it and grateful for it, my friend. Sonia says, "G'day, Captain. Glad to catch you tonight. All set up." I am, yeah. And as usual, probably shortly after dark, I'll conk out, sleep, and get probably a good 9 hours sleep, which is lovely. I was not capable of that a year ago. A year ago, I sleep for 2.5 hours. So I've won my sleep back from cancer. I've won my ability to eat and diminishing of my tinnitus and all. I don't get so many facial cramps now as well. So, screw you, cancer. I don't even, but I don't think of cancer in the same terms anymore. It's just a word now. It doesn't have that horrible shadow cast over my life. And maybe that's a place we can all as a society get to with stuff like COVID and all of the things that are so scary going on. Hannah says, maybe instead of shaving at 100,000, you could get that quote tattooed. Oh, sweet weeping Jesus. You want me to get a tattoo? Well, if I got a tattoo, I reckon it'd be nice to get the Big Walk logo thing. It's a little circle, and in the middle, it's got the Big Walk, and it's Give Cancer the Boot. If it would be a unique tattoo. But Jesus Christ, at least if I shaved my eyebrows, beard, and hair, it's not permanent. But yeah, I don't know. I had a tattoo. I got a tattoo when I was 15 years old. They never should have done it. But I looked older than I was, as I do now, I guess. And it's terrible. I can't, let me show you my terrible, I'd have to take the shirt off. I got these. No, it won't work. It's too dark. I'll show you at some point. But it's a dagger with a snake wrapped around it. It's about as phallic in symbology as you can get. It's terrible. And I just thought when I was 15, I thought, this is so tough. I was such a bogan, just wanting to, my mates to see how tough I was. And like anybody who tries too hard, they just thought, what a bloody idiot you are. Tony says, maybe it's healing journey to what you feel this evening. Look, yeah, you feel what you feel. And I think acceptance and flowing with your emotions is something that I've learned from this walk. Chrissy says, you're a champ. Walk on, Captain. Thank you, Chrissy. That's lovely. Sonia, do you think you might be feeling lonely because you have to push on with your challenge, but would like to connect for longer than you have? That's really insightful, Sonia. Maybe. So I could be lonely because I had like a real burst of fellowship yesterday. Maybe. Yeah, maybe. So it's like you get that taste of fellowship and then you're back on the road again. You're probably right. It could be a touch of that. I don't know. Ricky, not as good as last night, eh? Yeah, it's all good. It is genuinely all good, my friend. Comments. John says, good to hear your evening update. Cheers, John. Thank you for your continued support, my friend. Tony says, oh, yep, shared your story with your son, 33-year-old son. And scrolling down. Love hearing how you speak about it now. Tattoo. Oh, God. Look, at a teenage boy tattoo. Yeah, it's such train wreck. They never should have let me, and I've regretted it all my life. Darren George says, evening, Cap. How's your day been? Hungover, lol. Yeah, not great. Early night, eh? Get some rest, you champion. I love the Aussie flag in there and the Gold Cup, my friend. Yeah, doing fine. All is well, and I will sleep well tonight. The hangover's all gone. Been keeping hydrated. Anthea says, missing your family. Well, that's constant. I think this feeling is different. So, you know what I mean? I miss my family and I miss them relentlessly, but I've adapted and I manage that. And it makes me psychologically and emotionally stronger to do that. Just like the burden I carry with the bag, it makes me physically stronger. Missing my family makes me emotionally stronger. But this is different. It's a different kind of sensation. I think Sonia might be right. Sean says, hello, brother. Hope you're keeping warm and dry tonight. So glad to meet you today, mate. Now, this guy, Sean McDonald, I met on the road today, and I have to tell you, I have met a number of people on the road that I have been impressed by, that have marked me somehow. Sean's one of these people, okay? Lovely bloke. Now, he details cars up and down in this area. So if you've got a car that needs detailing, it's a mobile service. Get in touch with this man. He's got this lovely business. He's got drive and character. Lovely man, Sean McDonald. So, yeah, if you need your car detailed, get in touch with him. But Sean, thank you so much. You call me brother, I call you brother back, mate. You are a lovely man, and I was marked by meeting you. You've left a mark on me, and I'm grateful for it. Absolute respect, mate. Oh, and alcohol is also a depressant too. Yeah, fair enough, Sonia. You're probably right. Maybe tattoo over the old one. No, I think you should, Sue, roll with your mistakes. What if I put this up in here? I got this little. No, that doesn't work at all, you old fool. Silly old man with your stupid ideas. Ugh, I'm kind of mean to myself, aren't I? Got to stop that. There we go. Oh, that's spooky. What if I pop it over there? At least we can sort of see. So yeah, Captain Australia's big walk. All good. And I will sleep deep tonight, and I will power forward tomorrow. And I'm looking forward to Bateman's Bay. And for me now, so when I started, the big walk was about the physical ordeal. It was about covering the miles and getting home to my family. Okay? I was pushing through that. I was underperforming. I was horribly mindful of the bag that I overpacked. I took a wrench, like a 1 kilo wrench with me. How stupid is that? And it was based on the idea I might need to tamper with a tap or something, but so stupid. So I left off a lot of that unnecessary gear. And actually, I met a guy it was Port Macquarie. He gave me just a universal tap head. I've still got it in the bag. It's like this little X-shaped thing, and it will fit all of those taps. And it weighs like 80 grams or something. So that guy and me, we can never be mates because he's walking proof about what a moron I am. So I overpacked, and at the start it was just all about the distance. It was I'm going to walk 1,000 miles and 500 miles and then 500 more sort of thing. Like it's show my commitment, show that I'm here to play. Use that to win your regard, and in winning your regard, hope that you're going to look past me at the charity. So it's all about just establishing um, that sort of opportunity to show you that the Kids Cancer Project is worth your support, and to do that either by being a spectacle dressed as a superhero or winning your regard that an old man will and can and is committing to walk that massive distance. Yeah. And that's that simple. And that's what it was about for me. But now it's changed. It's like the Eminem song, I was joking at first, but the mood all changed. There's this quote in there. It's always in my mind. Um, but now it's all about the people. I don't own the big walk exactly anymore. I'm the old buffet doing it, but it's no longer mine. It's ours. And I mean, the people that I meet, such a delight, and sharing them is such a delight. And I think that's just I, when I planned the big walk, I knew I was walking into COVID territory too, and the rules were quite strict, and lockdowns were popping up here and there, and I didn't know if that would stabilize. And even now, coming in, like the numbers are up, Omicron, and all that sort of stuff. Uh, and I'm just an old man, beat the big C, not worried about the little C. Let's power through. But every single person that I've met on the way, vaxxed or unvaxxed, this or that or whatever, has been a delight. And the kindness that I've received is just wonderful to share. And I think in the sharing, we're seeing that, you know, although there's darkness in the world, we're actually still basically okay, you know. I'm just an old buffet dressed up like a kid, I'm the world's oldest toddler, yeah. And yet I am a recipient of this tremendous kindness and wave of support, and I'm so grateful for that. And yeah, that's something that we create together. It's like a picture that we're all painting, and I love that. So the big walk is no longer exactly mine, it's ours. And let me scroll back so I don't, so I respect all the comments. Widdly dee diddly dee 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 dee. So Andy, hi Andy, Andy, hi, lovely bloke as well. He camped with me a few nights back. He's a pommy. Well, don't hold that against him. He's an old fella. Don't hold that against him. And he's an aspiring stand-up comic. So I don't know if he posts where he's going to be doing his gigs and stuff on Facebook, but if you want to check out an aspiring stand-up old aging pommy comic, look at that dude, Andy High. Good to see your name there, mate. Good on you. It was a lovely spending time with you. We exchanged life stories, patiently listened to mine, and I didn't get to hear all of his, just bits and bobs. Wayne Lowe says, hope you are warm enough tonight, Captain. I am. So I've got this. Let me show you. Yeah, that's this new sleeping bag from a company called Paddy Palin. So that came down with the new boots and my new beanie. Let me see that. Oh, that's too dark. Yeah. So my beanie here, which has this cool LED light thing that pops on the top, but we don't want it on the top. We want to be able to see. So I am warm, comfortable, and I have improved gear. I have leveled up. I'm now level 3. I'm even almost halfway to level 4. If I get a bunch of XP when I roll into Bateman's Bay, I might be level 4. And you know what happens at level 4? You can wield a silver sword. That's going to be great. I'm not completely mental, just a little bit. Diddly dee, diddly dee. Tony says, you're not old. Yes, positive self-talk is good. Yeah, I don't know. I've always been a bit of that self-effacing type, I suppose. Stephen Rosengart says, how is the weather down there? Mate, it has been raining all day, on and off. So quite driving rain in a couple of bits, but I tolerate it well, push through. Worst thing is once your socks get to a certain level of soggy, it's not good to continue. You need to either change your socks, dry your boots a bit if you can, and move forward, or camp. So I pressed through the whole afternoon and camped just half hour earlier than I normally would because the rain and the soggy socks. So the weather is Not too bad, just a little bit grim. Dee. Kerry says, yeah, mate, be nicer to yourself. You have a very kind heart. Your kind heart attracts people to you. Well, that's very nice thing of you to say. Thank you. Sean McDonald, he does. He's so honest, down to earth, and inspiration to a lot of us. Mate, thank you. Anthea Harris, the people, the journey, the kindness, the cause. What a wonderful way to show us that getting out of your comfort zone is okay. Yeah, I guess like it doesn't matter how weird or zany your idea might be. Don't be ashamed. I all my life have had a degree of shame. I've all my life had this sense that I'm an outsider, a bit of a weirdo, you know, um, and from my childhood, a sense that I'm undeserving of love. But don't do that. Don't carry that. That's sickness. Move away from that, you know. I don't feel that way anymore. And maybe you are a cheaper alternative to therapy. You know what? Because you've helped me get there. I don't even know how to say your name, although you've been an unrelenting supporter. LeJoy, thanks for reminding us at this time that there's much kindness still around. There is, and it's in every single person. That's the point. Everybody, you know. So it's the situation that pollutes it. You know, it's this getting drawn into like combative and adversarial stuff that pollutes it. This sort of inability to build consensus and team up that pollutes it. Carol Neal says, you keep saying you're an old man. How old are you? You don't look or appear old. Well, that's extremely kind of you, Carol. Look at the beard, though. Ooh, scary, spooky Santa. Yeah, I'm actually not so old as I look. Cancer has aged me, but I've started to reverse some of that with the healthy living and all the rest, although the sun has taken its toll a little bit. Yeah, I'm 51 years old, Carol, but I think I look 60 something. Wayne says, how do you remember everyone you meet? You're amazing, loving your work. Wayne, I suck at names. I have to hear a name 3 times before I remember it. But when I meet people, I tell them that, and I get their name bubbling through my head. So there's actually, yeah, it's really helping me to, I think you need to respect people. So even though I've got this problem with names, I'm trying very hard to, you know, perform past it. He's 50 something, says Tony. Yep, you're not right. You're not wrong, I mean. Yep, 51. Kelso says, been raining all day up this way too. Yep, bit of grim weather. But I saw on the news we had like a week or more of a dry stretch, they said. Lying buggers. Carol Neal says, Tony Miles, definitely not old. Well, definitely not young. Diddly dee dee dee. Tony Miles says, not old at all. 50 something years young. Oh, yeah, years old, not young. Sonia says, out of our comfort zone is where some of the most amazing moments happen and some of the most wonderful gifts develop. Yeah, you're not wrong, Sonia. Diddly dee. You said it right. Not my real name. So, LeJoy, like the joy, is it? Yeah. Diddly dee dee. Okay, we're all up to date on comments. So, yeah, so quick rundown for those who are newly arrived. This is Captain Australia's Big Walk. Oh, I'm going to be on Nova FM something something, I think, on Monday morning. I'll tell you more. I'll check. I got to remember. It's Saturday now. Yeah, okay. So it's imminent. So yeah, there's still a bit of media, which is great, and I think you guys might have done some stuff to stimulate that as well. So anything that you're doing to help with respect to sharing the big walk, whether it's with friends, family, or if you know somebody at a radio station or whatever. Thank you. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I am just an old buffhead. I'm not good at all this social media stuff. So the media exposure is key to the success of the charity. So when you spread the word, you are being a fantastic help, and I'm very grateful and really appreciate it. Yeah. Janine says age is just a number. Yeah, but I think at the end of the day, it's immaterial. That said, 21-year-old chicks don't dig 51-year-old dudes. So it's more, it's more than just a number. Age, I think, there's this idea that with age comes wisdom. I don't even know if that's true. But yeah, it's a defining part of who we are. It's a stage of life thing, you know. I call myself an old fool. Why? Because I guess I feel old. I feel as if I've had such a long journey, sometimes a difficult journey in my life. But I feel joyful, and that's a thing too. So it doesn't matter how old you are, doesn't matter how many problems you had or what dark pit you accidentally fell into, you can find joy. You can find a level of absolute joy in your life, you know? And that's great. That's something that we can all take something from. Anyway, okay, so does anybody have any more comments, questions, jokes, or whatever? I am curious if we can find some sort of a not horrifying thing to do to celebrate the 100,000 mark. I'll do it. Of course I will. I respect, where we've come, and I'm grateful for all of the support. Sonia says, every year we get to age of something that someone else longs to reach. Yeah. I mean, especially the kids affected by pediatric cancer, Sonia. I'm sorry, that's a downer, but it's a grim reminder. These children are under threat. And, part of the job of the big walk is to try and help them. Yeah. So aging is a privilege, and it's something that we should all be able to do naturally. Kids should be able to ride a bike, fall out of a tree, and you know have all those kid moments. Not be sitting in a bloody hospital bed somewhere like my good friend Archer. He's going to power through. He'll be out in. I think she said he's stuck there till March, which sucks, but you can do it, mate. Archer, if you ever watch this or you're watching it now with your mum or whatever, you can do it, my friend. But that whole don't take it for granted. Every year that comes up on the calendar, celebrate it, I reckon. And I intend to going forward too. That's another thing that the walk has changed. Birthdays before, don't want to know about it. Don't want to do anything. Birthdays now, I am going to throw the biggest effing party. So yeah, celebrate your age. Sonia says, and that is why we stand with you, Captain. Exactly. The battle will be so much easier for him with your spirit backing him. Oh, thank you, Sonia. That's cool. Team Archer. Yeah. Love it. Team Archer. Well, I am absolutely Team Archer. Team Archer for the win, mate. Joanne says, I think it's May for Archer Cap. May. May. Oh, Jesus. I thought March. Jeez, well, if it's May, man, jeez. Well, we'll just have to make sure I'll make sure to keep sending him postcards and do anything I can to help the little fella. Lovely guy. Lovely, lovely little guy. Team Archer for the win. Whee! But yeah, to the people I met on the road today, thank you. Oh, could this LED light already be failing? Yes. It's no longer dazzling when I point it at the camera. Oh no. I wonder how long something like that should last, because I don't know, maybe you can replace the battery. Oh well, because I'm starting to depend on this. I quite like it. Okay, look, thank you so much for your time, your interest, and your support. I am going to go to sleep soon, but first, before this light shits itself, I swore and I apologize. I'll need to live stream my family and FaceTime my family. I mean, yeah. Tell my kids I love them, maybe do a few dad jokes. All right, well, all the very best. Thank you so much for your time and interest. Tomorrow I will make Bateman's Bay. It's still 30K or so. But if you live in the area and you want to do something, love to see you. Tico says, sleep well, mate. Mate says, good on ya. Oh, Neil, wacky weekend word of the week is listen. G'day, mate. I just sent you a donation. Sleep well. Neil had suggested to me to have like a wacky word competition. Oh, there he goes. But I'm too much of a buffhead to figure out a good approach. Night, brother, get a good rest, says Sean. Thank you. Sleep well, Captain. Tell your family how proud we are of you, says Sonia. That's lovely. Thank you so much. Night, champion. Night, sleep well, night, Captain. Thank you so much for your lovely comments. All the very best. And I hope you all have a lovely sleep just as I'm about to. Good night.